Welcome to WWP Clips. This is the official Clips channel for We Want Picks. We will be uploading our individual fight breakdown videos here, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our content. And as always, go to wewantpicks.com/bets, sign up with any one of our 5 betting partners, make a deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. Next up at UFC Long Island is one of my favorite fights on this card. We have Dustin Jacoby taking on Un Jung. Dustin Jacoby is 17-5 overall, 4-0-1 in his last 5, and he is coming off a decision win 3 months ago. Un Jung is 15-2 overall, 4-0-1 in his last 5, and he's on a 16-fight unbeaten streak. Not 16-fight win streak, because there's a draw in there, but 16-fight unbeaten streak. Dustin Jacoby is a high-level kickboxer who will light up your legs. He'll chop down that tree early and then work to the head for a stoppage. He's very technically sound with good power and volume. And taking him down might be the obvious path to victory because he's such a good striker. But Darren Stewart, well, he took Dustin down twice and was knocked out. Ion Cutelaba took Dustin down, wait for it, 9 times. And that fight went to a draw. But as great as Dustin is, he did not look great in that last fight. He won a decision. He did have a knockdown, but he looked sluggish. He did say he was injured in the post-fight interview, so hopefully whatever that was is long gone, because that Dustin may have some trouble here, because Un Jung is a technical boxer with solid wrestling and clinch work, and he's coming off 2 very dominant wins in a row. And what's really impressive about those wins is they were very different. They were very different from each other. In the win over William Knight, he had 8 takedowns and plenty of control time. In his win over Kennedy Nzechukwu, he had fantastic striking and got the early knockout. So we've seen him do everything well. We've seen him grapple well, we've seen him strike well, and now he's on that 16-fight unbeaten streak. And this is a very fun fight and a really hard pick. I love picking Dustin Jacoby because his striking is just so good. But Jung has proven to have excellent striking as well. He has also proven to have an incredible backup plan and the ability to out-grapple other dangerous strikers. We haven't seen that from Dustin. He only has 3 takedowns in 9 fights, and there isn't really a backup plan there, right? His striking has just been so good, he hasn't needed to do anything else yet. But if he does need to, we don't know what he's going to do. So if you think Dustin is the better striker and has good enough takedown defense, then he's the clear pick. If you think Jung can work inside and ragdoll Dustin like he did William Knight, then he's the clear pick. Personally, I'm going with Dustin here. While the wrestling worries me, I do think Dustin's leg kicks will be the big difference here. I think he could slow Jung down, take away the movement early, and just light up those legs often. And whoever wins this is probably getting a top 10 opponent. But before I go to you, Jacob, we got some donations. Bub Collins, I'm gonna read these in my head before I say them out loud.
You're safe on this one. I'll let you know. I've read them. You're safe on these.
Bub Collins said, "Good job on the sweep, Salamander." Thank you, Bub, very much. If you don't know what Salamander is, Jacob's
onlyfans.com/the Freckle Salamander.
Name.
Right after this, me and Angelo go live on there, and we have a lot of fun, don't we, Angelo?
Okay, that's not a true statement at all. Sinister FX with the $5 Canadian says, "Who's your most confident fighters, Jacob?" I don't know.
And I'll tell you right now.
This answering that question.
No, I'll get into it right now because I think Dustin Jacoby, Dustin Jacoby to me is at -130 is one of the best values on this card. And I know a lot of people are on Jung in the chat, but let me tell you why. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, he can just wrestle him. He can just wrestle him. He can just wrestle him." Dustin Jacoby, it's very, very hard to wrestle Dustin Jacoby. Angelo rattled off the Ion Cutelaba takedown numbers. It was 8 or 9 takedowns, whatever it was. If you watch that, if you just look at that stats, you see 9 takedowns, you're thinking, oh my God, Un Jung took down William Knight. He can just take down Dustin Jacoby. It'll be no problem. That's your path to victory. Watch the takedowns that Ion Cutelaba, and he's a very good wrestler, by the way. Cutelaba is a very good wrestler, very good grappler. Dustin Jacoby was never on his back. He was taken down to his knees, got back up. He was taken down, dragged to his knees, got back up. There was never a time in that fight where he was actually taken down on his back, submitted to the takedown, pulled guard, and was able to, and was working from there. He is a very, very tough guy to take down because he knows the only path to victory for people against him is to take him down because he is going to be the better striker than 95% of this division. And Un Jung, hats off to him for the people he's fought and the wins he's got. But Dustin Jacoby is not Sam Alvey. Dustin Jacoby is not William Knight. Dustin Jacoby is not Kennedy Nchekwu. He is a next level striker, and he is going to be the much, much, much better striker than Un Jung in this matchup. And Un Jung, when he strikes, is a flat-footed guy. He will just stand in front of you. Dustin Jacoby will light your ass up if you just stand in front of him. He looked awful, was hurt, could not train for his last fight, and he still won a striking match. It was close, but he literally said, I was so hurt. He couldn't throw kicks. He's very known for throwing kicks. He couldn't throw kicks, and his cardio was shit, and he still won the fight versus a very, very good opponent. This guy is going to destroy Un Jung. If he's shooting for legs, he's not going to get the takedowns. If he tries to strike, he's probably going to get knocked out or just lose a bad, bad decision. I am Dustin Jacoby all the way in this matchup.
All right, well, he got his $5 worth. Listen, I agree with you. What does worry me is we've seen Un Jung do everything well. That's what worries me. So,
but the level of opponents he's doing
it
against is like, come on. And I know you're going to say William Knight's a wrestler and stuff, but I mean, Jesus,
I don't even care about William Knight's wrestling ability. He is a wrestler, like by trade, wrestled in high school, had some success. It's not even that. It's that William's strength, athleticism, and power meant nothing. We're just pushing him around like he didn't exist.
No, if there's a moment in this fight where Dustin Jacoby's flat on his back, I think that's probably big trouble. I just don't think he's going to get into that situation because Dustin Jacoby's so good in his striking. With his kicks, with his knees, he's going to be throwing stuff up the middle. When Un Jung's looking for those takedowns, there's going to be a knee sitting there waiting. But if he is a flat on his back, that's going to be big problems. I just don't think he's going to be able to get taken down.
Sure. Yeah, and people in the chat are saying William Knight is not a wrestler. That's just literally a false statement. He wrestled his entire life, wrestled in high school, the state that I'm from. I know people he wrestled. He's an actual wrestler. So you're just going to make false statements in the comment like you know what you're talking about. You do not know what you're talking about. That is an incorrect statement, and you should apologize to the rest of the people. It's embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. Anyway, 8,379. I agree. I like Dustin here. The minus 130 money line, honestly, it is very tempting because I do think he's the better fighter. I may hop on that Dustin Jacoby money line at minus 130. $8,300 in DraftKings, he's probably worth it. I don't know if there's a stoppage, but I think he scores somewhat well in those striking wins because, there's some decent volume. He's gotten plenty of knockdowns. Those are 10 points each. So, $8,300, it's probably worth it, but I don't expect a stoppage here. What do you think?
I just checked my line. He's definitely in my lineup. And Mr. Savage says, I think he will easily take... go watch the Ion Cutelaba fight versus Dustin Jacoby. And look how hard Cutelaba was working for those takedowns. And I know he got 9 takedowns, but Jacoby was never down on the ground. You guys need to watch that fight. Do your fucking research.
Well, this is a lot of people's research. They just listen to what we say, and then they yell at us and if it doesn't go the way that they expect it to. But... interesting fight. I'm looking forward to it more so than almost any other fight on this card. Monkey Knife Fight strike line 75-65. The reason the 75 is so tricky is because he can light up your legs and he can touch up your legs, but 75 is a lot of strikes for a couple of male light heavyweight kickboxers. That's a lot. What do you think of the Monkey Knife?
No, I think it's more. I think Dustin comes out, especially because of the performance of last fight. I think he tries to show people who he really is and comes out and really starts lighting up. And Un Jung is a tough opponent, can strike as well, so I think they really go after it. Because Jacoby's not a put you away guy. He's comfortable with just kickboxing, right, and just pointing. If the shot's there, it's there. But I think it's probably a more and more play.
Yeah, it could be. If you guys feel confident about that, go to wewantpicks.com/MKF, and they will instantly match your deposit. It's daily fantasy. It's a ton of fun. It's an app on your phone, and you can do it all night right before the fights start. And if you want 50 free bucks, go to wewantpicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our betting partners, make a deposit, and we will send you $50 as a thank you.